This guy spends $1.8 million buying friend.com, the domain name. Then he gives another $200,000 out of the total $2.5 million that he raised. He gives the $200,000 to Sandwich Video, which is the top video production company for making videos for startups. They've made videos for some of the biggest startups in the world. They've been around for decades now. Gives $200,000 to them, so spends $2 million total on a stunt that could easily fail and waste all of the money that this guy raised. So he makes this video, buys friend.com, spends $2 million total, easily could fail. You may have even seen the video. There's a good chance that you might have seen the video because the video is up to 11 million views, probably more because of all the places that it's been shared. 10 million views on Twitter, several 100,000 views on YouTube. It's being shared all around TikTok and Instagram. Again, easily could fail. Sandwich Video does not always make viral videos. The reason this is going so viral is because a lot of people hate it. So I've been doing a deep dive into this for the last little bit. This only went viral yesterday, and I've been doing a deep dive on it. And there are so many details about it that is crazy. So the lessons that I am taking away is I get really actually super excited by this story. The lesson is build, 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 because you can do ridiculous, you build up brand. Actually, I just made the video that I just put out on Instagram Reels and on TikTok is about how Pokemon Sleep, a mobile app that gamifies sleep, was released 1 year ago. And since then, it has made $100 million in revenue. Why is that? Well, gamifying sleep has been proven now for many years as like a popular app. Then you take the Pokemon brand, which has been built over the course of decades. I played Pokemon as a little kid. A lot of us did. And you combine those things and you make $100 million easily within the first year. And that's the power of brand. And Avi Schiffmann, the guy who started this company, friend.com, which is now going viral, Avi actually has a strong brand, a crazy brand. And a lot of people, I think he looks like an idiot to a lot of people for doing this. He's this guy with his dyed blonde hair, and people are like, oh man, this is his kid, just spent $2 million on this. But actually, if you look at Avi's background, this guy is unique and talented, and he has invested in a brand. And so that's what I'm going to be sharing. It's investing in a brand, why you should just always keep building. It's like, this is a not give up story because you get your moment, and this guy is getting his crazy moment right now. So now we go back to the beginning of this year. We go to January 10th of 2024. We're going back in time a couple of months to January 10th of this year. And the headline of this Fast Company article is Avi Schiffmann's Tab AI necklace. It previously was called Tab. Tab AI necklace has raised $1.9 million to replace God. Schiffman describes his anticipated wearable AI as a superpowered Tamagotchi. If the memified response and recent layoffs are any indication, our first piece of AI hardware, Humane's $240 million AI pin from the ex-Apple duo Imrod and Bethany, appears to be dead on arrival, but that hasn't stopped AI enthusiasts across X from buzzing about another entrant in the category. I'm actually not referring to the highly anticipated iPhone of AI being developed by OpenAI and Loveform with $1 billion in funding from SoftBank, and I'm not also talking about the Rabbit R1. I'm referring to a relatively humble Pendant, a wearable AI microphone called Tab, developed by 21-year-old Harvard dropout Avi Schiffmann. And this is where it starts to get crazy. So I wasn't surprised to read that the guy who spent $1.8 million on a domain name and then $200,000 on his video, on a single video, was 21 years old. I wasn't surprised to hear that. Personally, I think $2 million would be way better spent on hiring an army of creators and just trying to pump out thousands of videos, because I would bet one of them would be more viral than this single viral video. And you would learn how to make videos, and you would build a brand, and it wouldn't just be a one-off stunt, because the hype around this could die really fast. But for now, it's very exciting. Personally, I would use those $2 million to invest in a lot more long-term marketing plays, SEO and video channels. But it goes deep because this guy has been building for the last 4 years, 4.5 years now. He's been building a lot. At age 17, Schiffman built a massively successful COVID-19 tracking website that welcomed tens of millions of users daily. He became a youth ambassador to the UN and received a Webby Award from Anthony Fauci himself. Schiffman claims to have turned down the millions of dollars in advertising because he didn't feel comfortable profiting on the pandemic. Then at 19, Schiffman founded another helpful site, Ukraine Take Shelter, that he says matched 100,000 displaced Ukrainians with open homes. By the way, if you don't know what Friend is yet, if you don't know what his Pendant is, it's going to be described in a moment. Schiffman has a knack for building critical minimum viable products by focusing on the readily available technology of today. He knocked around the nonprofit sector with his own platform, Internet Activism, hoping to scale his approach to other causes before spending nearly the entire last year turning his attention to generative AI and developing Tab. So Tab, it's called Friend now. He rebranded it since then, but this is in the article. Tab is a small puck that hangs around your neck and listens to everything you and the people around you say. Essentially just a microphone and a battery that lasts up to 30 hours between charges. It uses Bluetooth to beam your audio to your phone and into the cloud, where ChatGPT currently transcribes your conversations and various AI models will extract insights for you. Its user experience isn't final, but assume you'll use your phone screen for most anything you want to do. Ultimately, Tab is meant to be an AI companion, or what Schiffman calls a clarity machine that rides along in every moment of your life. Lots of other companies are doing this now, which I think is why Avi pivoted to having an AI friend, because AI friends are already making money. These AI bots that are friends are already making a lot of money. And the competition for the pendants to just record your life and take notes for you, competition's really high. There haven't been AI friend pendants that have gone super viral, that I have seen at least, but I have seen many AI pendants as note-taking companions that have gone super viral. And it was a very easy pivot. It's just software. The article continues. Again, this is from 7 months ago. Tab is not an assistant, period. I'm not building something that's going to connect to Notion or your emails anytime soon. I'm solely building a friend that morphs into your creative partner, life coach, or therapist as needed. What I'm trying to do is create a new relationship in your life, radical transparency without concern of judgment. I think this is a relationship people used to have with God, but is lacking in the modern world. So crazy. And this is, again, back in January. Since pre-orders launched in October, Tab has sold $100,000 in early units at a $600 a piece price, which includes a year of service at $50 a month. So it already has sold 100,000. And the people that he has raised from are insane. In this Fast Company article, it says Schiffman also reveals that he's raised $1.9 million on a valuation of $15 to $20 million from Caffeinated Capital, Austin Reef's Reef Capital, Corey Levy, some other people, Solana founders, and the founder and CEO of Perplexity AI. That was from 7 months ago. And from just yesterday, TechCrunch reported Schiffman has raised $2.5 million in funding at a $50 million valuation from the same investors, Perplexity CEO, Solana founders, Morning Brew CEO, Austin Reef. Now, it's possible that $1.9 million was raised at this $15 to $20 million valuation, and then an extra $600,000 was raised at a $50 million valuation. My guess is that's what happened, and that the journalists who are covering this are not doing a very deep job, or they're just choosing to leave out the point, because this is in TechCrunch, and TechCrunch isn't saying anything about the $1.9 million that he previously raised. And this is from yesterday. This story is going so viral. So this guy, Avi, he has a crazy background, has done all these things, and then he was able to use these connections and sell himself and raise 1.9 million, my guess, 1.9 million at a $15 to $20 million valuation, and then an additional 600,000 at a $50 million valuation. That's my guess from top investors. Then he just does this crazy stunt. He pays, this is now from yesterday, AI Friend Company spent 1.8 million and most of its funds on a domain name. That's not a lie. Friend, an AI companion company, announced today it spent 1.8 million out of a total of 2.5 million it raised to start the company on its domain name friend.com, according to its founder, Avi. And a screenshot of the transaction. I looked at the screenshot. He paid $1,887,000 for friend.com. In response to a question on Twitter from someone who asked him how much he paid for the domain, Schiffman tweeted $1.8 million, which I assumed was a joke because Fast Company previously reported that he raised $1.9 million to start the company. TechCrunch reported today that Schiffman raised $2.5 million at a $50 million valuation. Schiffman confirmed to 404 Media that he has raised close to $2.5 million. I'm assuming it's total because it doesn't say that it is an additional round. And the game changer feature was that this AI friend sends text to you. So if you buy it, you have it, it's listening, and now it's just going to send random text to you, kind of like a friend, based off of what is going on in your life, what it is hearing, like it is there with you. And that is what the video, this viral video is. This viral video is like you're going anywhere and you have a friend with you. And the tagline for this is so funny. It is friend, not imaginary. This guy is a master at branding. Seriously, a master at branding. He calls it friend, not imaginary. What he does is he takes this anger that a lot of people feel about how popular AI companions are becoming, because a lot of people feel like these people who have AI friends, they should learn how to make real friends. They will be a lot happier and more fulfilled. There's anger over that because lots of younger people are adopting AI companions and AI friends. And Avi makes this video. He pays $200,000. By the way, I know it's $200,000 because my friends almost decided to go with Sandwich Video to make a video for their company. They raised $17 million and they talked to Sandwich Video a bunch. They were quoted $200,000 and they decided not to do it. They said it wasn't worth it. And now actually what they're doing is they're hiring an army of creators, just like I said, and they're paying the creators $100 per video. They're going to learn to make great content across TikTok and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. They'll probably make a lot more viral videos with $200,000 spent on 2,000 videos rather than just gambling on one video. I have made only around 1,200 to 1,300 videos so far since starting November 1st, 2022, and I've had hundreds of millions of views on my videos since then. However, this is crazy because here's what's going to happen. Avi's gamble paid off. First of all, he actually is getting a lot of people buying the product. And now he's going to use this hype to raise an insane round at an insane valuation. And he's going to be set like Clubhouse. He's going to be set. This company is going to be set for a long, long time. And Avi is a smart person. He might actually figure this out. This is such a wild stunt, such a wild story to a start of what could turn into a big company. And it really feels like a gamble. The guy is smart, and I got to give him credit. So that's what I wanted to share today. The lessons in this are build a lot because you learn. Avi has probably been building way before 17 years old. 17 years old is just when he had his first hit, but he's probably been building for a long time before then. Build, build, build. I share all the time on the show. I don't think you need fundraising to do anything. I've convinced many of my friends that that is not necessary, but the more you are building, the easier it becomes to raise money. I actually had, I don't want to name this person, but one of my close friends is an executive at one of the biggest companies in the world, super connected, and he wanted to raise a round for me. He's like, I know all these people, like, can I raise money for you and get a slice of the company? And I'm like, I just don't want to raise money. And I told him that. I don't need it. I don't want to do it. But he's like, oh, there's crazy momentum behind Edward. Oh my God, I want to be part of this. My point is, the more you build and the more you talk about it, I say all the time, talking about it is very important. You want to get top of mind awareness. Building in stealth is dumb. It also prevents you from learning. But the more you build and the more you talk about it, the easier it becomes for you to raise money if that's something you want. But oftentimes you discover you don't even want that. But if you do, it becomes easy to do that. And I like Avi's story. He did some crazy things and it worked out. This is a crazy stunt. It doesn't always work out, but it did in this case. I just think it's a cool story. Very interesting. There are lots of things to learn. The reason I knew this was a good story was because every different line that I would read in these articles, I would send to my friends. Like, this is crazy. So I'm happy that I got to share it with you today. This is episode 392 of my daily digital marketing podcast. I do this thing every day, 7 days a week. this is your first time listening, literally I have done 392 episodes in a row every single day without missing a day since starting. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Go check out the friend.com trailer if you haven't already. It's very entertaining. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.